The theme Into the Glorious started in me just several years ago. I remember asking my friend Terry, who's a mother of 9, a songwriter, an amazing mentor to her kids. I sat down with her, probably tears in my eyes, and said, how do you do this? How do you raise children, have time with the Lord even, and have time to write songs? And she answered back very quickly with this kind of answer that went right through my soul. You can invite the glorious into the mundane. And everything changed for me in that moment. She knows that. Later I've probably written her several times just to say, that changed my life, for you to say that there's this invitation, number one, that's present in our everyday lives as mothers, as students, as, workers in the workplace. There's this invitation to us into the glorious things of who He is. And really, I think it was partly scary because there was no longer an excuse for me, and I think that was the most beautiful part of Into the Glorious. This record for me was in the very beginning. I sat down, all 3 of my children at the bar in our kitchen, and they thought they were in trouble, and I said, okay, Mommy has to write 12 songs. And they were just looking at me wide-eyed, and it was just crickets, they're just like, and what does this mean for us? I said, well, how do you think that you can help me write some songs? And it was quiet for a while, and our littlest, Annie Rose, she said back to me, we can be kind to each other. And I was like, that's right, that's it, you're on to something, And of course the older 2 were like, then, yeah, we can, help you around the house, and we can not get in fights, and if we see you, sitting around writing, then we're gonna, let you have your space. And that was just this sweet way, I think, of these songs just begin to come in those ordinary moments of my life, of just being in my car with them, taking them to school, running errands, going to the grocery store. One of the songs on the record was written literally on my way to the grocery store, and that was just God working in the sweetest way in me, of just learning to give Him those ordinary moments. I think the mundane for us as moms, or even as in the workplace, or as a student going to school each day, I think the mundane is more crushing to us in our spirit than we know, and it can start to kind of oppress, and it feels like you're doing the same thing every day, and it's not extraordinary. I'm not on a stage anywhere. But really, it's so powerful when we give Him those ordinary moments, because He's an extraordinary God. And what happens in those moments, if we are faithful to just say, God, I give you, this moment right now in my minivan, even though there's trash all over the floor, and, I always say there's chicken nuggets just on the floorboard of my minivan at all times, like smashed into the carpet. But even in those moments, it's like I choose to make this my sanctuary right now. I choose to praise You in this moment. And He does something extraordinary with those, and He can do that in our lives. And it's an amazing process. And this amazing theme of that invitation is just, I wanted it to be woven through all of these songs. And I felt like God did that in the sweetest way. It's been a beautiful process.